CTV News with Carlyle Fiset.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a message from London police responding to a recent surge in gun violence. Today, they announced charges against 6 people after reported gunfire in downtown London last month. According to police, the shooting happened near Oxford and Talbot on August 22nd. They say they identified a pair of vehicles of interest, leading to search warrants, resulting in 5 people charged last week and a 6th charged today. Police say they seized a handgun, cash, as well as suspected drugs. The suspects range in age from 22 to 44 years old. The charges include drug and unlicensed firearm possession. One of them, 22-year-old Adib Khalaf, is also accused of firing a gun with intent to endanger life and dangerous driving. London police also released new video today looking for tips in several other ongoing shooting investigations. As Brian Bicknell reports, there have been 16 shootings in London this year, half a dozen of those in just the last month.
Gunshot after gunshot after gunshot rings out. 33 rounds in all fired at a house and vehicle on Foxridge Crescent August 18th. Detective Sergeant John Minen saying the residents were not the intended targets.
We believe that they or this address was wrongly targeted.
Police released this video along with this image of an Acura TLX, the type of vehicle police believe was involved in the shooting, in hopes members of the public may come forward with any information that could help.
Thankfully, no one was physically injured, but this was an outrageous act that could have claimed the lives of innocent people.
According to Police Chief Ty Trong, there have been 16 shootings in London so far in 2025, already surpassing last year's total of 14. 6 of this year's shootings happened in August. Some of the suspects involved in the shootings were out on bail at the time.
We need bail reform. We need bail reform now. We need to review the Youth Criminal Justice Act, and we need harsher sentences for those convicted of serious violent crimes and repeat offenders.
Other recent shootings highlighted in a news conference Wednesday include a shooting at Fieldgate Circle August 11th, on Dundas Street August 12th, Piccadilly Street August 22nd, and John Street August 31st.
Of the 4 incidents that I've outlined, we believe that 3 are linked to ongoing criminal activities under investigation by our detectives.
LPS says since August, 13 people have been charged with a combined 76 charges in relation to 4 recent shootings. Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
A serious crash in central London sent 4 people to hospital this afternoon. There were 2 vehicles involved. One of them could be seen resting on a nearby lawn upside down. The crash happened near Queen's Avenue between Adelaide and Maitland. According to police, the extent of injuries is unknown. Local politicians are defending automated speed cameras after the Premier stated his intentions to get them removed across the province. As Lauren Stallone reports, their supporters say they make school zones safer.
I think in this case, the Premier is off base.
London city councillors reacting to Doug Ford's recent speed camera complaints, calling them
nothing but a tax grab.
But London's deputy mayor disagrees.
It's very easy to not pay a speeding ticket with a photo radar camera. Don't speed in a school zone. So if you follow the rules, you're not paying a penalty. So I think it's honestly, it's just not accurate.
Lewis says the speed cameras are more efficient than people think.
We rotate them through the school zones, and we're not paying a salary to do that enforcement. We've got an automated system that does it, and it frees up our police to do other work that police need to be doing right across our community.
In a statement to CTV News, the Director of Transportation at the City of London says automated speed enforcement, or ASE, is one of the tools the city uses to help improve road safety and accountability in school zones. The statement goes on to say the city typically observes an average of 5 to 7 kilometers an hour speed reduction at ASE locations. I'm standing in a London school zone, exactly the type of area these cameras are meant to keep drivers in check. City officials say the proof is right here on the streets.
Prior to this program, we had speeds that we were clocking, and this is a 40 zone, as high as 67 kilometers an hour.
Lewis says he hopes the premier rethinks his statement, arguing the cameras are saving lives, not just collecting fines.
They have been a real blessing in terms of our being able to make school zones a bit safer.
Lauren Stallone, CTV News.
An independent auditor found themselves in the hot seat at City Hall today as a councillor questioned the thoroughness of a value-for-money audit of London's homeless hubs. With more, here's Daryl Newcomb.
This council approved $12 million on 2 hubs, and I read a report that says some people didn't get breakfast.
Councillor Susan Stevenson telling colleagues on the audit committee that a value-for-money audit of the city's 2 service hubs for homeless Londoners failed to meet her expectations. Its primary recommendations are to expand the capacity and number of hubs, and that since the youth hub and Indigenous-led hub both opened, 100 people have been served, with 40 securing housing.
This was an opportunity to evaluate what actually happened, right? And to see how it played out. What was the value that was created? What are the learnings for us?
But the auditor explained that the report's scope was not intended to provide that level of detail. They did share new information, including that both hubs' financials are within anticipated ranges, adding that human-oriented outcomes are difficult to quantify. But one individual who previously had 231 emergency room visits had just 9 since entering a hub. Another person, according to London Police, had 2,000 previous occurrences, but only 4 interactions since moving through the housing continuum.
That value is being observed in a ton of different ways that is translating not just to the dollars and cents.
City staff told the audit committee that later this month, an evaluation report will be going to the Community and Protective Services Committee, detailing how things are going at the hubs and more broadly with the whole of community response to homelessness.
What we have experienced and what has been produced, that will be coming to CAPS on September 29th.
Councillor Elizabeth Pelosa has already seen a copy of that independent evaluation prepared by the Centre for Research on Health Equity and Social Inclusion at Western University. She says it provides a lot more detail about the hubs and what needs to happen moving forward.
We could always be doing better, but we need more money to be doing more and doing better, and we would need our federal and provincial partners to help with operational dollars.
This was our opportunity to have it validated from an independent party, and we didn't get that.
The audit committee received the report, and city staff are implementing a plan to address the recommendations. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
Enwave Energy's decision to shut down a steam pipe underneath downtown London will cost taxpayers millions. City Hall, Centennial Hall, Museum London, and the Downtown Library all require new boiler systems once the private steam pipe is decommissioned in October 2026. A staff report describes the work as complex and challenging given the short timeline. Installing the boilers will cost up to $8.4 million. The unplanned expense will come out of the city's contingency budget. A potential paratransit driver strike looms after the union representing more than 150 workers rejected a recent offer. Union leaders say the top issues at the bargaining table are wages and employee retention. Last month, 92% of paratransit drivers voted against a proposed contract. According to the Amalgamated Transit Union, negotiations have not gone well.
It has been a very difficult set of negotiations to come to any kind of reasonability with these people. And our members, we got clear directive what they wanted, and we're way too far apart.
Details of a revised contract will be presented to members later this month, but union leaders are still recommending they vote against it, which would set them up for legal strike position. Officials with St. Joseph's Healthcare now say former research dogs will be adopted. They have repeatedly refused our request for an interview on the dog testing controversy. And as Rita Ismail reports, animal advocates are frustrated with all the secrecy.
All 8 dogs previously involved in research at Lawson Research Institute at St. Joseph's Healthcare in London will be up for adoption. According to a statement released by the hospital, after the research involving the dogs ended on August 11th, ownership of the dogs transferred to Western University's Animal Care Committee. The ACC then assumed responsibility for the oversight and decisions regarding future placement opportunities for these dogs, adding that 6 of the dogs went to the organization today, but stopping short of identifying that organization, saying it's for the protection and well-being of the animals. However, Animal Justice, the group responsible for bringing the medical testing to light, says although they were elated the dogs will be rehomed, they are disappointed about the secrecy when it comes to the future of the dogs.
We don't have any information about how they're doing. We don't know where they're going. We don't know who has them, and we don't know what their fate will be. I can only suspect that whoever is caring for them now has signed an ironclad NDA, so we likely never will know where the dogs are going.
In August, animal rights group the Beagle Alliance called on St. Joseph's to rehome the dogs and told CTV News today that it was not the organization selected to assist in this process. St. Joseph's Healthcare declined our request for an interview, directing all media inquiries to Western University, who also declined to comment on camera or reveal the organization that will rehome the animals, saying it's to support the dogs' well-being and to help safely facilitate their adoption to caring homes. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
Middlesex London Health Unit officials say another person has died from Legionnaire's disease. They first declared an outbreak on July 8th, which lasted several weeks. An outbreak was redeclared in late August. Health officials say 5 people have now died, with 96 patients hospitalized. People get infected through inhaling the bacteria, which can't be spread person to person. Health officials have linked the outbreak to cooling towers and Sofina Foods on Trafalgar Street. Dozens of seniors had to evacuate their homes this morning because of a gas leak. London fire crews were on scene just off Edge Valley Road. They say a contractor struck a gas line near a group of townhomes. No injuries were reported, and they say the leak was soon contained.
They knocked so hard and were ringing the bell, and they came right in, and my husband was asleep because he's not well, and rushed us out. I said, the stove's on. Grab my phone.
Residents in a Bruce County apartment complex had to temporarily evacuate because of a fire this morning. Fire crews say about 50 residents had to leave their homes in the Lucknow complex. Police say no one was seriously hurt, and residents were allowed back into their apartments early this afternoon. Officials also say they do not believe the fire is suspicious. The Prime Minister says his upcoming budget will focus on spending cuts as well as new investments in key areas. That's about as specific as he's getting for now, in the middle of a multi-day caucus meeting in Edmonton. With more on their discussions, here's Abigail Beeman.
Politics is like hockey. It doesn't build character, it reveals it.
More than a few hockey references in the Prime Minister's speech to caucus about fall priorities delivered in his hometown. Mark Carney referenced a budget with tough decisions. There are big questions about how he'll pay for big investments while spending less, and which Trudeau government commitments he'll keep.
This fall, we will release a new climate competitiveness strategy that focuses on results over objectives and investments over prohibitions. Third, we will remain relentlessly focused on bringing down costs for Canadians.
Backsliding on our commitments around climate, if you read values, it'll be a very odd thing for us to do.
Carney said the first major projects list will be announced tomorrow. Radio Canada is reporting no pipelines will be on it.
No one should take any lesson from the first list of projects that this is the end.
What the Liberals need to do in order to actually allow major projects to move forward is repeal C-69, repeal C-48, lift the production cap, remove the policies that they put in place that block these projects from moving forward.
Those signs point to a thawing of relations between Ottawa and Western Canada, strained in the Trudeau years.
I think there's even a thawing of tone in Danielle Smith,
but she's still making a number of demands that frankly can't all be met.
The Prime Minister ends his day meeting with Premier Smith here in Alberta's capital. The pro-pipeline Premier has said she'll be pushing for action on what she calls 9 bad laws hurting the province's economy. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Edmonton.
Still to come, a London Knights legend passing on his wisdom. We catch up with Cory Perry ahead of his 21st NHL season. Strength in basic materials and energy stocks helped Canada's main stock index finish higher today. The TSX gained 116 points. In New York, the Dow lost 220. The Nasdaq added 7. Canadian dollar fell 0.1%. On commodity markets, gold lost 20 cents an ounce and oil gained $1 a barrel. A massive manhunt is underway in Utah after a prominent voice in American right-wing politics was fatally shot today. Authorities say a person of interest who was in custody was released earlier tonight. Joy Malbin has more on the shooting, which is being called a political assassination.
It was an open-air event, a debate on a Utah college campus. Witnesses say Charlie Kirk, a conservative activist, was asked about mass shootings when he was fatally shot in the neck.
Oh, my God. Go, run.
Panic and chaos in the crowd as students ran for cover.
You just hear the gunshot and I'm sorry. You just see his neck just open up and there's just so much blood that just came out. It was horrible.
Police believe the shot was fired from a higher location about 200 yards away. This, says the governor, was a targeted killing.
It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
Kirk was a massive figure in the MAGA movement, sometimes called the Trump Whisperer, leading an army of young conservatives key to Donald Trump's election success. He was even given a prime speaking spot at the Republican convention.
Good evening. I'm Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA.
Radio host, podcaster, the voice of young conservatives, he was controversial and said he was no stranger to death threats. Tackling subjects like transgender rights, questioning vaccines, promoting Christian values, Kirk had the ear of President Trump on down.
He's done something that is just incredible for somebody really of his age.
Tonight, the president lashed out at political violence while praising Kirk.
I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law. Charlie was the best of America.
A husband, a father, the president ordered flags lowered for Charlie Kirk. As another act of political violence, as politicians from both sides of the aisle demanding America do better.
Our nation is broken. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken.
Joy Malbin, CTV News, Washington.
Hi there. We are on a roll in terms of beautiful weather. We're going to stack another day onto that tomorrow. Overnight, some fog patches, and waking up tomorrow morning to sunshine, winds, light and variable, cool conditions, but nice and comfortable. Our friend Lorena Dixon sending in this photo of her friend Charlie just cooling off in the pool. Tomorrow might be a great day for that. Temperatures are headed into the mid-20s. Stay with us. Your local forecast is coming up right after this.
Welcome back with Julie Atchison on the desk now in what has sounded like it's been almost kind of a boring week for you, at least in the Weather Center, as far as not a whole lot of excitement weather-wise to talk about.
I like to track weather systems. I like to watch how they evolve, and it's been, yes, a little bit dull in terms of forecasting, although I'm sure folks at home are loving the weather. It's been beautiful. Temperature-wise, we've been above normal, and daytime highs across the region into the low to mid-20s today. London coming in at that 24-degree mark last night, holding on to 10. Overnight, watch for a bit of shallow fog And first thing tomorrow morning, 9 degrees, our overnight low, feeling nice and fresh out there. I have the windows open. It's nice and cool to wake up to some beautiful conditions and temperatures. If you're near Lake Erie or Huron tonight, 12 to 13 degrees. Satellite radar showing a little bit of cloud cover and instability off to the northwest, but this is not able to make the move into our region. A lot of that's just evaporating before it hits the ground. And the reason is we have a big ridge of high pressure that's been sitting on the east coast. It moved over our area, but its surface ridge is moving back towards the Great Lakes and keeping us clear and sunny. So overnight, mainly clear. We'll start the day tomorrow with lots of sunshine. Winds will go light and variable overnight and light and variable through the day tomorrow. By Friday, a mix of sun and cloud. Our next weather system coming in Saturday afternoon, evening, and that's a cold front. However, 2 different forecast model solutions for this cold front that's coming in Saturday. One has us dry, one has us bringing in the rainfall. So we like when that kind of comes together. So I'll keep you posted as we edge closer to the weekend. At this point, as the front comes in, it looks like Friday night we could see, or rather Saturday night, we could see a bit of rain, and that lingers into Sunday morning. But that's the next opportunity for measurable rainfall. Thursday, sunshine, 25 degrees, a beautiful day tomorrow with light winds. And then as we head into Friday, a mix of sun and cloud. Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud to start. It'll be Saturday evening where we'll start to see the cloud cover thicken, and then the opportunity for some rainfall. We do need rain. It's been very dry. Timing not ideal when it comes on the weekends. I know that's not the best timing for showers. We could see a little bit of light rainfall early Sunday morning, but again, the weekend will likely shift and change. This cold front that's coming in comes into some dry air, and it looks to wash out over the Great Lakes. It just doesn't have a lot of upper support with it. Monday, mainly cloudy with breaks, 21 to 23 degrees heading into early next week. Overnight lows nice and comfortable. We're going to hold on to beautiful conditions in the extended forecast, so we're not going to see any major cool swings or hot swings. We're just going to kind of hold steady with temperatures in the mid-20s. Beautiful for this time of year. So sunshine tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud on Friday, chance for showers Saturday evening, early Sunday, although please note that forecast could shift for the weekend. Mainly cloudy Monday into Tuesday, daytime highs from 21 to 22 degrees. Normally I like to lock in your weekend forecast, but I can't do that just yet. I'll keep you posted as we edge closer to the weekend, but enjoy your beautiful sunny day tomorrow and a gorgeous looking day on Friday. Carlyle, back to you.
Thanks very much, Julie. An American agriculture leader shared a message of reassurance today with local farmers after meeting with our province's ag minister in Woodstock at Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. Sean Irvin reports.
There is a lot of interest as crowds tour acres of new equipment on day 2 of 3 at Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. A few are in the mood to buy, but most are holding off.
Today, I think we're just looking, or I am just looking anyway, so. Yeah, we're just looking around today.
The ongoing trade war with the United States has raised the prices of some U.S.-produced farm equipment and parts. Add to that commodity market uncertainty, and some producers are opting to stay on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, you watch them every day to see what's going to happen. So if, price, affects crops, it's going to affect machinery, it's going to affect, what you can do in the future.
The impact of tariffs has been noted by show organizers. While the number of vendors here hasn't fallen, they are feeling the pressure.
They're trying to keep things just in demand, just in time delivery, and I think that puts a pressure on farmers too. But it's something we'll all get through. Farmers have had difficult situations in the past.
Now, the importance of agriculture on both sides of the border was highlighted in a private meeting between Ontario's agriculture minister and his counterparts from Pennsylvania. Following the meeting, Pennsylvania Secretary of Agriculture Russell Redding told CTV News his administration chose to visit Canada to discuss animal health, border flow, and tariffs. But the Democratic politician stated his top priority for the visit was to reassure Ontario farmers.
And I think making sure that our growers know that we are here talking about those exact things, reassuring your government and your growers that we value that, or we want to grow that. We've got this temporary problem, right? We've got to come to some agreement on how to manage the tariffs.
Ontario Agriculture Minister Trevor Jones welcomed the pledge and spoke of positive U.S. relationships.
I wouldn't say there's a problem with our American counterparts. There's some issues at the top, but the values overlap so well. And you'll hear that from Secretary Redding. The values are here because our values haven't changed.
In Woodstock, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
CTV News London has a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local headlines. By signing up, you'll get local news content from CTV London direct to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewslondon.ca. Former London Knight Cory Perry is in town training with local players ahead of the NHL season. He's about to start a new chapter in Los Angeles, which, as Brent Lail reports, is where some current Knights will be trying to impress.
Entering his 21st season in the NHL, Cory Perry knew he couldn't take much time to rest and recover after the Stanley Cup final.
You have to get back at it right away. It's it's a must, especially at my age. I'm trying to keep up with these 20-year-olds that are coming in the league that are bigger, faster, stronger.
He's been working hard in the gym and on the ice power skating. Having reached and lost the Stanley Cup final 5 of the past 6 years, he's played as much hockey as anyone.
Some guys will take a month off when they go that late. 2 weeks, Cory's already calling me going, give me a program. I'm going to Paris. I'm going here. I'm going there. But he's doing it, right? So every day we're communicating. But it doesn't matter where he is in the world or if he's in Peterborough, wherever he's at his cottage, he's asking for workouts every day. Like he's dialed in.
After 2 years with the Oilers, he's signed with Los Angeles, his 7th NHL team. He even threw out the ceremonial first pitch at the Dodgers game Monday.
It was tough leaving Edmonton. It was hard. It was a tough decision, but at the end of the day, it's a new chapter, and we're looking forward to it as a family.
And looking forward to meeting him is Kings first rounder and Knights defenseman Henry Brestevich.
He was in our locker room last year during the Memorial Cup thing, so that was pretty cool seeing him. And then obviously him signing in LA now is pretty cool. He's a legend in the game for sure, and when you're young, you're looking up to him as a player, so sharing the ice with him will be really cool.
Perry is excited about this new journey, and at 40, he's trying to take his 6th different team to a cup final.
As long as I'm having fun and still competing and playing well, and I feel good out there. I feel young, and it's still fun for me. So, it's exciting, and looking forward to it.
Brent Lail, CTV News.
And the Special Olympics torch run made its way through downtown St. Thomas this morning.
It's friendship, fun, sometimes competing, but it's mostly friendship, fun, and teamwork.
Local Special Olympians joined police officers making their way down Talbot Street, raising awareness and funds for the athletes and their competitions. The torch run raises about $2 million annually for Special Olympics.
The relationship between law enforcement and Special Olympics athletes is a unique one, and St. Thomas is definitely leading the pack there. The officers are involved year-round with different fundraising activities, taking part in their sporting events, and it all culminates with the community torch run today. So you can see the excitement with both sides.
And that's it for us. Thanks for watching. For all of us at CTV News London, I'm Carlyle Fiset. Have a good night.